Hi everyone, so welcome back to video 2 of week 1. So the next on the course outline for this week is just cost terminology and cost behavior. And so before I delve into the detail of cost terminology and cost behavior, the important thing to understand is that really at the end of the day, when we complete the 7-week journey, we want you to have a better understanding of decision making within a business. Now, all of us know that the objective of a company is to make a profit, and a profit is defined as essentially your income less your expenses. Okay, and that equals profit. So profit is income less expenses. Okay, now, and I think we're all familiar with that concept. But in business, especially with constrained economies all over the world, that it's very difficult to increase our income, which is dependent on consumers, and consumers are constrained, so it's quite difficult to increase our income. So therefore, what becomes vitally important is to manage our expenses, and therefore, in this module particularly, we'll focus a lot on costs or expenses. And so first up is to understand costs. So and that's really what this first heading is about, the nature of costs. So typically management accounting exists in a manufacturing or a non-manufacturing environment. And so the first type of cost that we get is a manufacturing cost. So all costs, definition is all costs incurred in the manufacturing process. And these could further be classified into 4 subcategories, which is direct material, direct labor, variable manufacturing overhead, and fixed manufacturing overhead. Okay, so just to broaden that a bit further, so let's take Apple, for example, who makes the Mac. So Apple would need the materials that's needed for the Mac. Let's say the steel or the metal, whichever they use for the Mac computers, the batteries, etc. All that that's all the material. Then there is labor involved in creating that Mac. Then there's variable manufacturing overheads, which we will discuss later, but those are things like electricity, water, etc. And then fixed manufacturing overhead, those are things like the rent of the warehouse and the factory where these things are produced, as well as the salaries of all the manufacturing staff involved. And those all are classified as manufacturing costs. Reason being is that we need to incur those costs to manufacture a product. Okay, whereas non-manufacturing costs are all costs incurred other than that in the manufacturing process. Alright, so those costs can be further classified into selling costs. So those are the guys that that actually end up selling the products, the sales force, advertising. All those costs are important, but they're not important to produce the product. In other words, we don't need those costs to produce the product. However, we need those costs to sell the product. And so those costs are known as non-manufacturing costs. So costs that you need to produce a product is manufacturing, and costs that you don't need to produce a product is non-manufacturing. And these are just some examples: sales commission, sales force salaries, advertising, depreciation, administrative costs, like just salaries of the administrative personnel, as well as related costs. Right, so the important classification is to know what a manufacturing cost is and what a non-manufacturing cost is. Alright, so I think I'll end this video there for now, and then I will come back just to take this cost a bit further. Thanks.